Hello, and welcome to this fire lighting session. I'm gonna have to. Oh my god. My god. I'm gonna have to maybe give the videos a miss tomorrow. I'm just struggling to keep up with generally everything in my life. This gas is empty. Right, get that shut before that falls out. Yeah, and I'm not keeping up with it. And okay, so did a video this morning and the shorts. I've reached my daily upload limit. There's a lot of cool trucks in the up at Bannockburn, so I need to get them loaded tomorrow. I've been getting so much traffic out of that cycling thing on Sunday. You know, the leisure cyclists. That's what they are. We'll have a wee talk about that, eh? Just hang on, I'm gonna. Well, let's hope this fire goes. I've not put any fire lighters in it. Maybe hate to open the door a bit and start some air in. So it's just a case of just trying to keep up with everything. Today I was like doing things like
single malt Scotch whisky. Every cask has its own unique flavour and character. So if you're passionate about whisky, these are real collector's items.
Discover how our whisky experts can help you become a cask owner.
McInnes, the spirit of opportunity.
I'm just trying to get various things done round about here.
From sumptuous, stylish sofas and chairs to sophisticated.
I'm not sure that's going to go.
Bedroom and accessories collections. Belgica
I think I've got firelighter somewhere.
Furniture shopping and interior.
Yeah, I'll give it a wee. It should go.
Let us help make your house a home. Belgica, furniture with passion.
I love your place.
Thanks. Could you grab some carrots?
Sure. What's this?
That's for Pepper.
You keep dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food, it's fresh pet. Real meat.
Have you got the
You feed your dog.
thing you opened up?
So it's
Yeah, bloody wasn't opened up enough, you dumpling.
You were so right about her.
Visit freshpet.com to find your nearest.
So the cycling thing.
Record numbers, and I said,
The cyclists, the leisure cyclists. So
and the big one was stolen from us, so I said, we better,
I'll just say what happened on Sunday.
and we won in records.
We were heading into Airth,
By millions of votes,
which is
the
in
popular
Falkirk
vote, we won
district.
everything. We won the districts,
And
2,700
we came behind a Volkswagen Golf. And I thought, why the fuck are we going so slow? It was doing like 16 miles per hour. There was 3 cyclists in front of the Volkswagen Golf. Because of the traffic islands, we had to follow the Volkswagen Golf, which was also following the 3 cyclists, because they couldn't get past. Because one of the 3 cyclists was over in the middle of that lane.
and it's true, the most
And when we,
woman in the world.
so this, we followed the cyclists through Airth, and when we got to the 40 limit, there's a sign that says 40. Now that used to say, that used to be a national speed limit there. They changed it, right? They changed it there. So there's no traffic islands there. So then the third cyclist carried on cycling in the middle of the road.
Also, we're going to go to somebody
Well,
that's really
not in the,
engaged right now. She's the
to the middle of the road, as in
secretary, Caroline.
to the outside of the left lane. So near the middle of the road. So the Golf overtook them,
Too young.
and
Said, I don't know about that. She
we overtook them.
during the campaign, she was
You notice I always say we, I always try and say we.
she's been amazing. she just did another one just a little
overtook
while ago.
them.
She's looked at Susie and
They,
no, I think I'm ready.
one of them was still on the outside of the
I said,
left lane
young, and she's
and
looking him dead.
turning left,
Thank you very much. Great job.
which you would not do in a car. If you were turning left, you would not go over
And we
to the right to turn
also
left.
have a rocket ship, the
So that's what happened.
She served me well. I'm going to miss her, but
So the cycling numpties are arguing with me. They've been arguing with me since Sunday.
because she's going to be the new
So I've put these videos on each morning.
New Jersey. Alina, where's Alina Harper? Alina. Alina Harper. Thanks, Alina. She's going to be great. I'll tell you, she's going to be great. She's a great lawyer. And New Jersey. And I said, that sounds like a good combination. Everybody wanted that job. They're all looking for the job. I said, wait a minute, doesn't Alina live in New Jersey? Yeah, I think Alina's going to get that job. So congratulations, Alina. It's fantastic. I'm also thrilled to say that we have more women in our cabinet than any Republican president in the history of our country.
So,
And joining us today is
so what happens? What's happened in the earth
a
is,
long time. You
it-
talk about strong women. This is strong.
well, it's a 30 miles per hour limit, but it's got 20 signs up.
That may be true, but
So whichever way you look at that.
deep trouble because I'm surrounded. I got this.
So the cyclists were doing
and this is
15,
a
16, 17 miles per hour.
wonderful woman.
And it changes from 20 to 40. So the whole,
But yesterday,
you know, I'm not even, all this arguing I've been doing the last 4 days, I haven't even looked at the highway code, right?
I was watching her on television.
Because it's common fucking sense. If you are walking, cycling, or driving a tractor,
And I say,
if you can,
after me,
you keep over to the left and allow the traffic to pass safely.
precipitously.
And that's not what fucking happened.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Pam. Really good Jason. Along with a woman who
Right? That's not what
was
happened.
given a very hard and difficult problem. The cost of eggs. This was the problem. The cost of eggs.
It's common sense.
Through the roof. If you got to see the
So just because some twat in the Scottish Parliament or the British government or whatever the fucking it is says you can cycle 2 abreast.
Secretary of Agriculture.
In this case it was 3. There was 3 cyclists, but 2 of them were,
She studied that.
it was like a triangle, I think, you know.
Give it to her anyway. Like,
In this case,
but it sort of helped.
because
But she came
this
in and she
stupid
lowered the cost of
amendment to the highway code,
and
what they're forgetting is the highway code's already got lots of things in it already.
that secret. I want to find out.
You know,
The chart looks great. It's
so
like this and then
it says things like
but we
you must
also,
keep up with the
by
flow
way,
of traffic.
we lowered energy costs
There's
tremendously.
obviously a push bike cannot keep up with the flow of traffic.
Energy
So therefore, on that bit where they were doing 40, they should have pulled in to let the traffic pass.
It's like an old-fashioned word.
If they just cycled on the inside of the left lane, and then they're telling me that I need to be patient and everything, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and it doesn't. Why are you worried about this? Why are you worried about that?
Talking about it because it's so
Like it doesn't matter who's paying for it.
on eggs.
They don't care.
50%. Someday they'll get around to it.
People are working, and we've got these fannies getting in their way.
She's trying to put herself out of
You know, I don't have a problem with cyclists. I've got a bike.
trying to put herself
If I was on my bike, I would not do that. I don't care what it says in the highway code, and I know it doesn't necessarily say what they say it says, and they're also missing out other stuff that the highway code also says. But I don't care what it says. It's common sense. If you're doing 7 miles per hour or 12 miles per hour on a vehicle, right, which is a 2-wheeled vehicle with a chain and, well, some of them are electric. It's a push bike, isn't it? It's a vehicle, isn't it? If you're going to start like bullying cars and taking over the road and saying that you've got all these rights and everything, but you've got to take the responsibilities as well, right? And that they're not doing that, are they? And so you've got these numpty types, the ones that are like software engineers. They can write big huge paragraphs. They're fairly literate, educated. So this guy, so I've come up with this theory that cyclists should,
We're rated toward the bottom. We're at number 37, 38,
they should have to register
So we're just about last.
online or whatever, a government registration and that they should pay for that.
Obviously, there's something wrong. We just
And
have
that
to
way,
get that,
the
Linda.
police can stop them if they're not registered.
And it's been
Because you're looking at
a long time, and
people getting run over by push bikes.
home states,
You
we
know,
never had that
there's
kind of
dangerous
problem, but
cycling
it's gonna be, Katie, it's gonna
in
be
the
right
cities.
back again, and
So we've
Linda's
got
gonna do it.
normal cyclists going to work. They're the ones that aren't a nuisance. We've got these type of leisure cyclists like that lot on Sunday. They're a nuisance. And we've got like the Uber Eats, pizza delivery and everything. That type. Well, they're a disaster, aren't they? Because they could do what they like. They could go up and down across, up down one-way streets, whatever. You name it, they can do what they want. They don't have to worry about traffic lights, nothing. And they're not accountable. So, unfortunately for all these numpties, if they like this guy in particular yesterday, going by what he's like and everything, he should really have agreed with me that cyclists should register, but he didn't, because that's his little wee. He's not going to admit it, is he? That's his little thing, and he's never going to back down. You know, fucking numpties. Look, the fire's gone. So, if cyclists should register with the government. I don't know if they're going to have a registration number. Yeah, they'll have to, won't they?
It's okay. He said whatever the heck you want to say is okay.
And then that way, if things go wrong, you'll be able to report them, or the police will be able to stop them when they're going down one-way streets the wrong way, or when they're going through red lights, or when they crash into a pedestrian or a car, or you name it, anything really.
Nancy, thank you, Nancy.
The police will be able to stop them
Very much.
and take their bikes off them, seize their bikes,
Nancy. He's also tall.
and then they'll have to pay a fee to get them back
Like 7'2".
when they turn up with the registration documents, or whatever it might be. So that's, you've brought it on yourselves. You're a bunch of fannies.
Seriously tall, right?
You know, this is what happens when you don't behave. So that's going to happen. I think it will happen. I reckon it will. The Labour government loves doing stuff like that. Well, they love registering stuff and persecuting people. Yeah, yeah. Right, so the fire's going really well.
Good, thank you. Well, you have a great governor. Oklahoma Agricultural Commission, Blaine Arthur. Blaine, thank you, Blaine. Good.
So it looks like the fire lighting session has got off to a fantastic start.
I'm going to make so many enemies because I'm looking here. I know every one of them, and I'm supposed to say their names. And maybe we'll get to it. I don't know. It's a long list. For 4 long years, we had an administration that tried to abolish the very concept of womanhood and replace it with radical gender ideology. Maybe you heard something about that. They destroyed women's spaces and even tried to replace the word mother with the term birther person. A mother became a birther person. What's that all about? Then you wonder why they lost. They're trying to figure out why did they lose. I saw a congressman today for the Democrats. He was having a big fight on television early this morning, trying to make it so that really he thinks men should play in women's sports. He hasn't given that up yet. He was fighting like crazy. I said, this guy is going to lose. He's going to lose badly. The whole party is still into that. They haven't learned, and we don't want them to learn, frankly. We want them to keep fighting. Let's not tell them. Under the Trump administration, we're ending the Marxist war on women, and you had a war on women. And we're protecting women's rights, defending women's dignity, and standing up for the American moms and daughters. So many are represented here, great people in this room. American women have never had bigger champions than all of us in the White House. And it's me, but it's the group of men and women. We have a lot of men that are like Howard, our head of commerce, I see is here. What are you doing here, Howard? Oh, that's a good, he's got his beautiful wife. I was saying, what's Howard doing here? It's like, there are too many men in this audience, actually. But he's a big advocate, and we're going to be making right after this, we're going to be making a big special announcement, Howard and I and Scott and a few of the people on cars. We have Liberation Day in America. That's where we take back all of this money that's been ripped off from us for so many decades. And
it must be a bit of an awkward situation for Elon Musk.
Cars, and as you've probably been reading, it's all over the place. You've been reading and seeing and watching car companies and every other form of company. They're pouring back into our country at levels never seen before. We're up to, I guess, close, Howard, to $5 trillion of investments already, and there's never been that much for a year. We did that.
He's talking about cars.
6 weeks. There's never been any numbers like that. We've never seen. They're all coming. They're all coming in, so they don't have to pay tariffs. It's very simple, because if you build your product in the USA, there is no tariff. On day one, I made the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female. So,
That is, of course, wrong.
Seriously, is there anybody that disagrees with that in this room? I was thinking maybe somebody from the press might raise their hand. I don't think so. There aren't too many people.
There's 2 biological sexes, male and female.
88% issue, right? So what are they doing, Marjorie? What are they doing?
Gender, yeah, gender's a word that you shouldn't be using, so.
No matter how
But he's playing it back on them, isn't he?
you have or chemicals you inject,
I'm quite happy if there's only 2 genders, suits me fine. I don't care.
your body, you can never become a woman. You're not going to be a woman. And that's why last month
Yeah, it depends on your definition of woman, doesn't it, Donald?
executive order to ban men from competing in women's sports, and it was very popular. Very popular.
Right, how's the fire going?
And it was so disparaging to great women athletes. I've known so many great women athletes. I gave Annika Sorenstam the Medal of Freedom here
Oh,
not so
God.
long ago. And these are unbelievable athletes. But it's so
who gives a
because
fuck?
they had a track meet, and you heard me talking about a long distance track meet. The man won by 5 hours and 14
Right,
minutes.
so that's the cycling thing sorted
And
out.
I said, this is not good. And you want to see worse? Take a look at the weight.
The cycling thing is sorted, right? So, leisure cyclists. So many cyclists came on and commented that they were embarrassed by these clowns. Trump's wrong about the women sport thing. If you look at a lot of, look at the women's athletes, the women athlete, female athletes. They all look like transgender women. Why the fuck's that? They're all built like. So there's one I was looking at today. Fucking hell, she'd batter fuck out of it. Like she's like big muscles, big arms, big chin and everything. They've got the cheek to sit there and go on about.
Where we are, that's where we've come, and we're ending it. We're sending it back to where it came from, oblivion, right? So in the recent election, we did fantastically well with women. I kept hearing, women don't like them. I said, I think they do. You know who don't like me? Fake polls don't like me. That's who don't like me. But we're setting records in so many of these cases, and I was for women. I was for the women, the suburban housewife, where I stopped low-income housing projects from being built at a house next to you, where people were being decimated. The houses were being literally ripped up and destroyed. And I stopped it, and we've stopped it again. We had to stop it again. I stopped it first term. We had a great first term.
Alright, thanks for watching this. The fire's going. It's going really well, look. The fire line session's a huge success. Yeah, it really is good. So, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye! Fire's going well. That's me, that's us going to sleep, going to bed, and that's it, lovely and warm. That'll burn for 2 or 3 hours. Yes. Lovely.
In the cockpit on this flight were 2 pilots. They had flown this aircraft into Surabaya the previous night and had stayed overnight in a nearby hotel. The captain, Malcolm Waters, was 35 years old and had been working for Cathay Pacific.
It's nice to get the fire going in the morning when you come out of your shower. It's nice and warm and just let it go out. It's 10 to 7. So just revitalised the fire. Keep it going, and I'll just let it burn out and it'll be nice and toasty, and it'll cut down the gas bill as well. Aye.
Another new budget which was never meant to happen as some sort of, gleeful, oh well done everybody, we've got to have this spring statement. This is a disaster.
Rachel Reeves is the weakest link in the cabinet in my view, and doesn't command respect and authority as Chancellor, and doesn't look like a Chancellor.
Song
Do you remember that? That
Look
was
at
where it
that.
was from. Oh, is it? It was written
That's
by-
lovely.
Yeah, it was written by Nick Kershaw.
Yeah, that was it. There was one hit and a whole career, and this is over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Bless him.
What a lovely way to start the day.
That I've got, I think.
I'm just going to let it go out now.
Most people know who it is.
Because I'm going out.
Does that matter?
9 o'clock.
Apparently, I was reading.
It's time for another coffee.
Her first spring statement, and if you missed it, our political correspondent Catherine Forster.
Lovely and warm in here. Yeah, fantastic.